And welcome back to the Nose Plays Thea 2. I left us hanging at the end of last episode. It's been a couple days since I played. I've taken some time to think about what exactly we want to do in this video. So, when we last left the Chosen of Stribog, we had just gathered a whole bunch of dragon bone. We had crafted and gathered dragon bone using our coal in an effort to create a village idol and lay down our first village. I identified this location as one of the best locations on the starting island for doing that. The reason that this location with a dragon bone idol is going to be fantastic is because when a village goes down, you normally get one tile, or whenever you set up a camp, you get one tile of gathering outside of the tile you're in. With a normal tier 1 village, any tier 1 material, you'll get 2 tiles out. With tier 2, you'll also get only 2 tiles out, but with a tier 3, you get an extra range of tile collection. And so we can actually collect up to 3 tiles away in all directions. What this allows us to do from this location is we actually have 5 of the 6 resources at a tier 2 quality. So I have topaz, shadowbone, furs, steel, and darkwood, all available for this village to collect, which means that given enough coal, we actually have access to ancient wood, diamond, dragon bone, mythical leather, and mithril. Not in great quantities, but we basically have an unlimited supply of all those resources as long as we can continue to collect coal. In addition to that, we scouted the island north of us, and we know there's diamond here, but there's also this really nice double coal deposit that's right here on the coast. This double coal deposit, and actually, yeah, we can't get a triple coal deposit, but a double coal deposit with diamond, we can collect from this using our sailing ship to get over here, make landfall, get to this tile real quick, and we also have a food source. So what I can do is I basically can run coal back to this village with a party and have access to all of the tier 3 resources. That was my original plan. One of my viewers actually probably settle on one of the other islands if we wanted to. And I'm very tempted to do that. One of the things that I've long wanted to do is collect enough ancient wood through settling on the Elf Island, which I believe is the green one, and use that ancient wood to craft the highest quality sailing ship that you're able to craft, essentially, or the highest tier 3 quality that you would be able to craft. Clearly, if you had tier 4 resources, you could get a better ship, but I've gone back and forth on what I want to do, and I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and set my village down in this location, just because of the high quality of the tier 2 resources that we have here and the ability to craft anything we want from it. The other reason that I want to do this at this point of the game is you can see we have a lot of characters. We have so many characters that it's reasonable for us to split our party into 2. We can take the 7 strongest characters, one from each of the 7 best classes that we have, use those characters to go out and do our gathering and our questing, and then leave the rest of the characters back at our base and use those characters to constantly churn out resources, constantly churn out new equipment, and basically just provide a nice safe haven for us. I think that's what I want to do, and it's probably a little late in the game to be doing that at this point. We probably should have done this a lot earlier, and I most definitely would have done this probably about 100 turns earlier except right around the time we were getting to the point where I felt confident that we knew where the best spots on this island were to settle, we had to use our cosmic seed to heal our hero, to heal our chosen. And that really set us back in terms of our ability to settle a village here and then use the second cosmic seed to maybe settle a village somewhere else. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to continue to play this playthrough, especially on camera. I may just finish it up off camera. At this point, it's getting kind of long in the tooth. And so I kind of want to do a couple things with it before I do that. And then maybe within the next week or two, pick up with a different god and a different chosen and start a fresh game. I'm also really, really frustrated with the sound quality. My hardware setup is clearly continuing to give me issues no matter what I do. It is older hardware, and I have resolved this on occasion, but it seems to constantly come back no matter what I do. I'm beginning to wonder if perhaps it's related to the hard wiring in my house and maybe a grounding issue that's not grounding properly. My research has suggested that this kind of interference that I'm getting can be caused by that, but I don't know for sure. And I just can't seem to solve this problem. So the other thing is that I have picked up some new games, and some of those games might end up on the channel here in the next little bit. So I will leave it at that. I'm not going to tell you much more about it, but I do have some new content, some new games that might be showing up on the channel here pretty soon. So look forward to that if you are interested in my content. With all that out of the way, we're 7 minutes into this game and we haven't even done anything yet. I've just talked at you. So let's go ahead and let's craft. Let's set up camp first. And let's go to crafting. And it's only going to take us 1 turn to craft this. Wow. We actually have a 9% chance to mastercraft this. I don't know what that's going to do in terms of our benefits. I imagine the stats will just be higher. We also have a very slim 3% chance of crafting a trash quality, which will greatly reduce all of these. It will probably basically make it like a tier 1 quality idol, which would really suck. And we don't have a way to regain the cosmic seed, I don't believe. But we'll go ahead and give this a go. This is going to increase gathering and crafting on this village by 8, which is pretty solid boost to stats. We also increase the village gathering by 2 tiles from the normal 1 up to 3, and our sight range is increased by 2. We also get a demon guardian, which cannot leave the village, but is a fairly powerful character, especially for this island, and can help defend and do some basic tasks. So that'll be really good. We're also going to leave probably about 5 characters behind, 4 or 5 characters behind, and we're going to make a party of the best 7 characters. So let's go ahead and get that done. And then we can go ahead and get some research done. We can get some gathering done. Might as well get everybody gathering. And then we could do a ritual, but at this point, I don't think we need to. Our faith is slowly being depleted because of the wind, but there's not a whole lot we can do about that. Food-wise, there's nothing that we can cook. No. Not at the moment. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this taken care of. And we now officially have a village. How do I see? I'd like to know what quality we crafted, but I'm not sure how to see that. Look at all the gathering. We got 2 pages worth of stuff we can gather from now. That's insane. We also did manage to get to the fish, so we're definitely getting our 3 tiles out. We also have herbs, so we basically have an unlimited supply of food on this tile. We have plenty of wood, and then all of the tier 3 resources that we were talking about, or sorry, tier 2, that we can turn into tier 3 resources. This is a really good found. This would have been awesome to do much earlier in the game, but only if we could have done it with the tier 3 resources we ended up collecting or crafting through bone. I'm very happy with this. Okay. Let's go to this position, and let's talk about who we want to be in our adventuring party, because we're going to send out our adventuring party here very soon. So I definitely want my 2 highest level fighters to go with us. I also would like the Witch and the Zerka. Where is the Zerka? There we go. So that's 4. I think our Gatherer should go with us just so we have a really great Gatherer. So that's 5. Our Healer should go with us. That's 6. And we have 1 more character that could go with us. Now this is where I have to kind of make a decision as to what I want to do. I am strongly considering taking Captain Bear with us. Because A, I want to level him up, and B, he's a pretty reasonable fighter, and C, I just don't know enough about the Bandit class, and I'd like to learn more about it. That would still leave Baska to help defend, but it would mean that our Chosen is not with the main party. And that might be okay, because he's a really good crafter, and he could spend a lot of time crafting things from the materials that we're gathering. The other option is for me to take the Chosen with us and just leave these 2 to defend the village. We're not going to need a lot of characters to defend the village. We're not going to get harassed by a ton of dangerous stuff. The one thing I am a little worried about is if we don't have a strong purple class character, we could get attacked by Lightbringers, and without purple class characters, Lightbringers can be really dangerous. I think I am going to take our Chosen with us. That still leaves a crafter here. And this allows me to do some crafting while we're on the boat, which I like a lot. Let's transfer like half of our food, and then let's transfer the sailing ship. I may keep the raft over here, although no, we'll do this. And then what else do we want? We're gonna want, like, I can take all of the wood because we can gather more wood. That's not gonna be an issue. We have 42 gold. Yeah, this is probably fine. I can't think of anything else I really want to have with me. Maybe some herbs? Like, we could take all the herbs just in case we need them for something. Because we can gather more herbs from this tile. Alright. Let's start with that. And then character-wise... I don't really have 3 characters here. Oh, I do have 6 characters, yeah, okay. We're much more efficient at gathering wood now. Let's just go ahead and temporarily burn some dark wood so that we're not losing our gathering rates. We'll get Granny on herbs. Get somebody on some more dark wood. I should have somebody on research. Who's my best researcher? Probably this guy. Cooking, we didn't have anything we could cook right now. But crafting, I do have something I want to be doing at all times. Or not crafting, it is in the cooking menu. We're going to want to always have the tier 3 resources that we can craft. So I can make more mithril. I could make more ancient. That. And actually, we're probably mostly going to be making, not out of gold, but out of steel. Gotta click the right buttons here. Let's see. We're going to be making this out of fur, because we have a fur deposit nearby. And diamonds are going to be made out of topaz. Okay, I want to favorite these, and then I need to learn ancient wood with one of my points. And we'll make ancient wood from dark wood. But we could keep these over here by adding these to our favorites, so that they're always easy for us to find in case we want to do these later. For right now, I think I'm going to use up my gold, and we'll just have her over here doing that, and he can help. I might actually have one of these gather, though. What else do we need to gather? Get the kid on the wood. We got plenty of food. Let's go ahead and get some topaz. That'll take a little while. And then our character that we just added to the party, the imp, he can have a weapon. A one-handed weapon. Huh. Well, we're going to have to craft a one-handed weapon, apparently. Can he use a wand? He can't even use a wand. Could he? I'm not sure. It looks like we're not able to equip him with anything. This is the offhand, but all of his other ones are marked out. Alright, well, that's probably okay. And then we have some junk gear here. Alright. And then our other party, we're going to move, and I think the first thing that we should do is head back up, grab a large deposit of coal, and bring that coal back to the village. So we have 7 movement. I can get to here and get in the water this turn. Or not. They do have the ship, right? Huh. That's curious that it won't let them go into the water. That's probably good for now. Let's see. We wanted to learn ancient wood. That costs 2 points. So we're going to have to wait a little while in order to get that. Also, there is an obsidian deposit on the main island, I believe. I think it was down, like all the way down here, yeah. So if we ever needed obsidian for something, we have access to it on the main island. There aren't very many tier 3 resources on this island, but there are always a couple. I think obsidian was one of the tier 3 resources. I don't think we found any of the other ones, though. We had several of the tier 2s. Ruby, that might be the only tier 3 resource on the entire main island. I think it is. Yeah. It is. Quartz. So, that's even better for us, honestly, because we have access to basically all 6 tier 3 resources with that deposit on this island. So we can build anything we want to out of strictly tier 3 materials once we get enough charcoal to help really get this taken off. Again, coming back over to here in this group, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The reason we took 7 party members is 7 is the maximum number of party members that can participate in a single round of combat. And I still haven't figured out whether or not when it chooses for you, if it's completely random or if it always chooses your 7 highest level characters for the first round of combat. I've only been engaged in a couple combats. We've done a lot of auto-resolve this game just because it's so good and so much quicker. I don't think there's a whole lot more we want to do. I guess this group could gather for a turn, but I'm not sure that there's any reason to. The only thing we could get would be fur leather, which we don't really need. Hi there, chosen of the gods. I am your very own divine house demon, here to aid your home and all that. I shall fight for you in the village and sometimes will join you when you are challenged close to the settlement. Please do not put me in a party when you leave the village. I cannot leave. Okay. Cool. Alright. The name of our village is Balabo. Not sure that I like that name. Maybe we can change it. Oh wait, there it was. Village information. Okay, so this is where we can see the quality of the idol. We have a regular dragon bone idol. We did not get a trash quality, nor did we get the mastercraft quality, unfortunately. But yeah, there it is. Cool. We have 88 turns of food, 33 turns of fuel, and I'm going to go ahead and disable this, and we'll just keep collecting wood for a little while until we have enough surplus to make that work. And then going to cooking and composites, we'll let her finish this off. All of these other ones, I can just leave in this queue. They'll keep popping up in the message. Now, I think I can turn that off with this. But yeah, we should always pretty much keep these up here, or at least have them over here, so that they're easier to get into our queue when we need them. This can happen for quite a while. We need some mithril, and we can get some more. I can't remember. Did we find a mithril deposit somewhere on the main island? I don't think we did. There's the scavenger camp over here. This was the only source of amber over here. And there was a source of monster bone down here. We might have farmed some of that actually. Yeah, I don't see any mithril anywhere. I think we've made all of our mithril out of coal in the early game, and then we got a bunch maybe through quests and also when we went over to the other island. Alright, well, we should be able to get into the water now. I guess I can move to there and then get in the water like that. And now that we're in the water, we should definitely have some people doing research, which is good. We could also be doing some crafting. We can probably get rid of this. We don't need that any longer. But we could craft something. Jewelry is something that I need to craft more of. It looks like jewelry is going to require leather and gems. We have plenty of diamond that we can collect, so let's go get some diamond. And then we can either use the bone, we could craft some more dragon bone back at our village and make a whole bunch of jewelry for everybody. Before I bother doing that though, let's go to the design mode and actually see what that would look like. So if I did like that and that, what do I get? So I could potentially get 9.5 points of weapon block, which is pretty reasonable. Increased carrying capacity, destiny and perception stats, or this very poor purple attack. Of these, I definitely think the weapon block is probably the most valuable. If we did, say, tier 3 fur, that's going to make slightly less valuable in that category, but it does have an intelligence and a wit boost, or increased destiny and perception. So, oh, there's more. Okay, I didn't even see this. Hypnotic. Okay, how long has this been in there? I've just totally missed the fact that there's been an arrow here. Hypnotize is a interesting attack. So it's an intelligence-based attack. Indicates the damage multiplier or added damage. So it's a 1.8 damage multiplier off of your intelligence stat, I guess. And it is a horizontal attack. Okay. So maybe this isn't as bad as it looks. 1.8 is pretty solid stats. That makes a little bit more sense. One of the reasons that it's not going to look good on most of our characters is they don't have very high destiny scores. But any character that has a reasonably high destiny and does not have a purple attack of any kind, this could be worthwhile on them. I'll have to pay attention to that when we get ready to make some jewelry. And then the mythical leather did change a few things, right? So we get, like, Bright Mind. We get this distracting jewel, which is a lullaby. Plus 4.3 seconds is really good, actually. Is it a single target? Targets one enemy anywhere on the battlefield, yeah. So adding 4 seconds to a single target can greatly increase our ability to mitigate damage by putting their attack just outside of their ability to survive an engagement. So if we're focus firing something dangerous, we move its first or second attack 4 seconds back in the queue, we probably kill it before it gets that attack off otherwise. So that can be pretty powerful. Hypnotize is a weird... It's a back row attack, so it attacks the back row in a horizontal fashion like a sword. But I guess it's an intelligence-based attack, so this is like the verbal combat. So maybe that kind of makes sense. Is there any other way we could craft things that would be interesting? So we could craft like dragon bone and this. That actually gets it up to 1.9. Weapon block is over 10, so this is actually better. This has the most essence of any. We're at 4.9 on the lullaby for that. Wow. And 1.9 on the multiplier here. Okay. So that's pretty much all of the combinations, I guess. Either way, I think I'm going to go grab a bunch of diamonds and a bunch of coal. We are out of movement for this. And this party... do we need to gather anything else? He'll gather in a turn, he'll gather in a turn. He's got 4 turns till he gets some of that. We're getting pretty reasonable returns on wood. What do I have in terms of sort by rarity? So we do have almost enough to do something like that. That might be worth crafting a couple of. I could also do something like that, which would be even better. Yeah, just crafting straight mithril tools almost gives us like a max essence tool. Total essence is 42. Maximum essence for any item is 45, unless you're building an inventor's aid, which can be quite a bit higher, up to 80. But yeah, this is nearly a max level. We're already crafting mithril, so let's plan on maybe getting one of these made. I'll just favorite that for now. We'll take it out of the queue, but I want it over here because we're going to make that soon. And then I wanted to look at gathering tools. So the best gathering tools might be something like that. So that's going to be 42. Ancient wood would probably be not quite as high. Okay. And then diamond. These are going to be very light. So yeah, we need to make some leather. add that to the queue, and then I'll just go ahead and consider a diamond one. And it will be the flat diamond because we want it to be as light as possible. Weight-wise, this is 2.5 versus 1.2. So yeah, that's the lightest that we can get. Now I could put that to get higher stats, but the weight goes up fairly significantly. And we want this as light as possible. So that's probably the lightest that we can get. Weight of 1.2. The lightest possible tool we can get is going to be the topaz at the moment. The stats on a topaz are going to be much lower than the stats on diamond, but the weight on a double topaz is super light. I don't know that that matters that much. But we could definitely craft at least one of these for our child, maybe. I don't know that it's going to be enough to allow them to equip anything else useful, but let's just go with the double diamond. Alright, so those are kind of like the best tools that we can craft for the various types at the moment. Getting some mithril made. We'll be able to... Man, we can move fast. This boat is really, really quick when it's windy. And I'm very grateful for that. We made a pretty good boat. We were going to be able to get there in like 2 turns. There's no gathering that we can do from this tile. Alright. Your village is attacked by creatures of darkness that assail every home with vicious ferocity. Well, that's just lovely. Good thing we left some people to defend it. You stand firm and try to fend them off, but you are few. Just as you enter the battle, a man clad in armor, proudly holding a shield in his hand, stands with you, shouting, "For the guard! You shall not rend fiends of darkness." The guard. Cool. We got a warrior. Brute force, battle orders, level 2. Poison throwing dagger, level 1. He has a spear. And he has a shield. Glimpse of knowledge. This character is creepy. That probably has special interactions with certain adventuring quests. We will fight. Let's go ahead and do a manual for this, since we haven't done one in a while, and I want to see how well our characters can hold up. So, we don't have great fighters, but we have a couple that are pretty good. She's pretty good, and he is pretty good, so they both have really high shielding too. Let's go ahead and get him down. And I'm going to put him in this position so that he gets the potential for his full swing. This guy, he's got a spear attack, but he also has this, which is nice to give more shielding. I could throw her out. Or we could just zap some skeletons with magic. I also have the Ghost. The Ghost is a really good play later in the turns because I think it pulls armor or gains armor based on how many characters he hits with his initial attack. Let's just go ahead and play her for damage, and I will stick her back like this. Okay, they played another character over there. I'm going to go ahead and throw her out right in front of that. And then we still have 1 point. I haven't played this character yet. Maybe I should. I'm going to save him for later. So we're going to save an extra point and play him in this next round. Okay, they played a spear attack. This is really good because he's going to swing and hit all of those characters when he goes off. At this point, maybe we just add more shielding to our frontline characters. Like, I play him again right here. And then I can play protect others. Like that. And give them some extra shielding. Alright. And then this character has the ghost. And I can put the ghost here. It will soak a hit from this. Or I could put it here. I'm not sure it really matters all that much. And it's going to gain, I think, a bunch of armor. Right? No, it didn't gain any armor. Alright. We don't have any more points. So I'm not sure why it didn't just auto end the turn, but there it goes. He's gonna hit that for big damage. She'll hit that for big damage. Ghost will soak a hit. He'll wipe those out. She's very strong. Okay. She gets a choice of target. We should probably kill this character because it still hasn't acted yet, and that way it'll prevent the damage from going off on him. Beautiful. And that takes care of him. That was pretty easy. We got some mushrooms. Got a quartz club and a few other trinkets. You defeat the monsters and the man bows to you. You fought well, friends. Together we defeated yet another creature of the sordid dark. Ask him who he is and why he helped. Ask the man if he will join you. Thank the man for this aid. Let's ask him to join us. You walk the path of the gods, but my service lies elsewhere. Perhaps one day we will meet again. If not, I wish you well in your fight for the gods. But I leave you my trusted steed. May he serve you well. Wish him well and get back to work. Horses are nice. They increase the movement points of characters, and a horse on a child can be really helpful if you have a horse early in the game and you have children. The main thing that it does is increases their movement so that they don't slow the rest of the group down. But it's always a good idea to put a horse on your slowest character if you have one that is just unable to keep up with the rest of your characters. That's one way to increase your movement. Not that important for our villagers, but okay, she is our craftsman, so we're going to finish off Master Craftsman for her. Captain Bear has a new attack called Headbutt, or we could just increase his shielding. Let's just do that. And then our Scavenger has Soul Tear at level 1, or we could learn Trash Attack. It's an Intelligence and a Mysticism and a Strength. So Intelligence, Mysticism, and Strength are all pretty bad. Soul Tear, however, is Destiny, and his Destiny is his highest stat. So let's go ahead and buff Soul Tear. Also, our faith is getting low on some of our characters, so we may want to consider running a ritual to fix that. Let's take a look at this party. Yeah, this character's faith is really low. If we wanted to run a ritual, we should be able to do it really easily now, because we have access to an infinite supply of this, essentially. We also have Gift of Fire, which I have every single time we've crafted anything forgotten to use. So that's unfortunate. We should definitely be doing that. It has the potential, at the very least, to lower the trash quality, or the chance of rolling a trash quality item, I believe, is based on your stat, and 2.5 to crafting is a fairly significant buff. Notice that because we have a village, we also have an extra spot for all of our work, as opposed to just 2. We actually have 3 now, which is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and make this a favorite, and we're going to move. It looks like Bear might be the best. Go to equipment, and we just look at characters. I think Bear's the best, mainly because he has this gathering tool. Is there a character like with really high? I think it's mysticism, right? Rituals, rituals, rituals. So actually she might be the best one to do it if we switch her tools. I didn't even notice that we got a ring. Weapon block is fine, we'll throw that on him for now. The horse could go on the child, but we're not really moving, so I don't think that's necessary. Dark Shield. I'm tempted to throw this on one of these characters. This axe is a 2.8, this sword is a 1.7. Maybe we throw like shield on Captain Bear, and in the interim just give him a spear? Can we give him a spear? Yeah. So his spear attack's not great, but it's not terrible, and we'll make him a better weapon here shortly. I need to get this ritual done first, though. Which means we probably need to take this off of him and put it on to, say, her. If I go to rituals now, she can do this in a single turn. Sweet. And all we did was pull somebody off of gathering herbs, so we're good for that. So this should be fine. And then our other group, they've got a bunch of movements. We got 7 movement. I can get almost to the tile I want to. The waters are calm, the skies are clear. You hear the faint, alluring song carried over the wave. Use the magic user. Prepare yourself for an attack. The closer you get to the song, the stronger you feel the magical, or the magic that accompanies it. But even with the knowledge, you will have to fight this enchantment. You see several sea demons surround your boat and circle as they sing. Because you were prepared, you can try to attack them physically. We should do that. We're really good at physical attacks. Auto-resolve shows that we're really good at physical attacks. Achievement. Ooh, pure stone. Pure, unadulterated stone power. This composite fits into stone. Interesting. You kill the sea demons and loot their fishy bodies. Upon examination, they were likely the Cetilica, which are half fish, half human females, known to drag their victims to their deep underworld layers. Okay, we got a physical blessing on our Zerka. I think the reason that we mainly get these blessings on a particular character when we do some of these things is because it's based on who initiated the special text. So because we had a magic user, we had the extra magic user option, and she's the magic user that it was using to do that. That's curious. We actually increased our faction loyalty by 1? I'm not sure. That makes no sense why we would increase it by 1. I believe we were already at negative faction loyalty though. We have just enough to make landfall, which we should do. And we can camp and get as much of this as possible. So we'll camp here for 1 turn. And then we'll move there next. Alright, our Zerka leveled up. We can push him up to 17 wisdom. Or we can give his destiny stat another boost. Let's double check what he's going to benefit from in combat. So, intelligence, wisdom, perception, and destiny all benefit. This is a wisdom based. Yeah, let's go ahead and give him a couple more points of wisdom. Why not? Alright, we should break camp and move to this tile. And reset up camp. Gathering. Alright, we're mainly going to need some gathering tools. I don't have the resources to build them yet, so can't. something like that. This will get us a lot of coal very quickly. Not as much diamond though. Their purple stats are fine. We'll put both of these guys on that. Okay, we need to come. Let's see, I should be able to do this. Yeah. That'll take me back here a little quicker, and we need to go here because we are out of gold. We don't have enough gold to do this any longer, so we should go ahead and scrap that for now. And we wanted to, we're gonna make like some leather tools, I think, right? Let's go ahead and get some leather tools started. Is there any other gathering that I really needed right now? The kid's got plenty of wood. We're at 27 wood. Let's pull him off of wood. We'll get one making herbs for a little bit. Maybe some steel? We wanted to make a lot of mithril. I don't know whether we're going to be able to farm any mithril up in the north. We're definitely going to get a lot of diamond and a lot of coal. This will be good for a little while. Alright, then this should take me back to my other expedition. And I think we already set up all these characters for the time being, so. I've got some big things over here that I want to keep an eye on. These things have a lot of health. Actually, most of them don't. Just this one is pretty powerful. What kind of attacks does he have available to him? His main attack does 54 damage. He has a bunch of other attacks as well. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Obviously, we're going to take Master Craftsman. That is the final level of Master Craftsman, I believe. Nope, we got one more to gain. Alright. We might want to come down here and complete this quest once we're getting ready to leave. We want to keep an eye on our encumbrance. When we get close to 5,530, we'll want to pick up and start getting out of here. Also, if we see these move at all. Where was that mithril at? It's over here. That's the only deposit of mithril? Yeah. Still, we might want to come over here and grab some. It's a lot faster than making it from composites. We're getting 10 coal per turn, probably a little bit more than that because we'll roll over some of that. Alright, and then over here, I need to get more furs and more mithril made. Right now we're making diamonds. I need 24, we have 14. This is probably fine. Alright, we got another research point. We now have the 2 points we need to get Ancient Wood unlocked. But we also have points that have been unlocked over here. Increases the number of gathering slots, also increases gathering attribute. Forge increases the number of crafting slots and your crafting attributes. The school provides a small amount of research. Increases morale. Health regeneration. And reduced chance of death if you're in the village. Gives you random resources. The lumber mill is only useful if you don't have wood nearby. We do. These produce very, very small amounts of materials. The main benefits are really the secondary boost to your stats and the extra slots if you have very large populations. We also have these that we can start working on. Physical blessing, strong shoulders, increases gathering rates. That could be really useful. In fact, out of curiosity, would we be able to do this? I do have that, and I do have wood. So the witch might be able to perform this and help us gather a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and grab that one. And then I think it makes sense to get a forge, since we are doing a lot of crafting. But actually, the school, the extra research per turn will help us gather research points faster, and then we can unlock more of these more quickly. So let's go ahead and get that, and we'll craft a school. Alright, our child has grown up. Do we want to give him hurry up or outmaneuver? Outmaneuver is a perception based stat, and he has low perception currently. Hurry up is good in any. He's already got 1 point in it. Let's just give him another point in that, I guess. Alright, we got some acorns. I still can't quite craft that yet. We're out of that. So yeah, she can only craft mithril at the moment. But that's fine. We'll keep crafting the mithril for now. And then our other group, I wanted to get into the rituals and see about pulling this off. Oh yeah, we got monster bone. Perfect. We'll put those two on that. That'll be done in 2 turns. Does it make sense to put both of them? No, she can do it in 2 turns by herself. And then we can have him gathering acorns for another couple turns. Okay, that's a concern. Winter is here now. Campfires use extra fuel. Health and sanity requires a camp or village. Gathering's more difficult. Enemies are more aggressive. He's a demon. What we got? Corruption. Or... Huh. This character is a guardian demon. It is bound to the idol that brought it to life and sworn to protect it. Cannot travel outside of the village. We could increase energy scattering, which is a trait useful in all 3 colors. His experience adds experience each turn. I think it's only to this character. So actually all it does is increases energy scattering. This is a better attack, but it's only useful in purple and yellow, but we do have the potential to get into purple fights. What does the purple stat on this look like? 8. I guess we'll take that one. Alright, I gotta pay really careful attention. If these guys start moving this direction, we're gonna be in real trouble. Can I view? They have a movement of 5, it looks like. So not very fast, and there's a lot of mountainous terrain, so we're probably okay for a couple of turns. But if they start moving towards us, we're probably gonna have to pick up and leave. I do not really want to fight those things, even as strong as some of our characters are. Right, that has been obtained. He is leveled up. Alright, so I was correct. The second point in Master Healer is absolute garbage. It only gives you up to 6%. It's a 1% increase over the level 1 version. However, the level 3 actually increases your health regen by an extra point, and your passive increases by 2%, as opposed to just a 1% increase. So this is slightly better. Maxing this out is probably worthwhile if you have a healer, but that second point feels really bad because it just does almost nothing for you. Also, we have this, which is just extra shielding, but we're going to go ahead and get the extra healing down. That's in effect for several turns now. This is really a bad time for these guys to be wandering around. For 5 turns, we're going to get a nice blessing. Does it show up here? Yeah. Increase group carry limit and increase gathering. So we'll gather a little bit better now. Let's check. What is everybody doing? So he's gathering acorns very poorly. That mainly is because winter just took effect. This has gotten more difficult. Yeah, this is kind of a bad time to come up here and gather, honestly. We'll just put them on research. Alright, looks like they're wandering the other direction. That's good for us. And our weight capacity is higher now because of that ritual that we just did, but it won't last forever, so we're not going to be able to utilize this extra encumbrance. We want to keep this under like 5,080 or something. 5,800, I think, was somewhere around our limit. And actually, this is probably about the time that we want to end the video. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up today. I will play this a couple more times, but we're getting close to 20 episodes. It's 20 hours on the same game. And like I said, I think I'd like to just start over at some point here in the near future. So we're going to do that. I will be picking up this game again with another character and another god, and we'll give it a try and see if we can't do some things a little bit differently. And then in addition to that, I do have some new content that I'm looking to add to the channel. So look forward to that in the next couple of weeks. And I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Again, this has been The Nose Plays, and y'all have a wonderful day.